What's up, everyone? Welcome back to our Final Fantasy X HD Remaster Platinum Trophy walkthrough. I know it's been a while since our last video. Nothing has changed. In our last video, we started the Dark Aeons. We finished up with Dark Yojimbo. And all of our characters now have a break HP limit armor. So you can see we have 99,999 HP and 999 MP. And we're actually only 4 trophies away from finishing this, which these 4 trophies are the last ones we're going to do. One is from beating the last super boss of this game, and then the other 3 are just one is watching what happens after the end of this game, which we will do together later at another time, and the other is just beating the game. And then the last one, the 4th one, is the Platinum Trophy. So now what we're actually going to do is continue to our next Dark Aeon, which is Dark Anima. Dark Anima is much easier than Dark Bahamut because she doesn't counterattack, even though she has a tremendous amount of HP. She actually has double what Dark Bahamut did. Her HP is 8 million.
Shall I tell you about the spear of days long past, eh?
I always love hearing
There is a legend.
Machin.
Just before the horrible sin appeared, a terrible war raged between Revel and Xanakon. When the armies of Revel attacked Mount Gagazet, they heard a song echoing across the snowy slopes. It is a song from an other world, they said. Soldiers panicked and ran. And then, as if to pursue the retreating armies, sin appeared. Sometime later, scouts from Revel braved the mountain. On the other side, they witnessed the ruins that had been Xanakon. The city destroyed, not a single soul left standing, gone. In its place, a multitude of the faith had gathered on Gagazet. They were singing a song. It's the song we now call the Hymn of the Faith. And that, as they say, is that, well, maybe not all of it.
Okay, so in order to activate or to get to Dark Anima, we have to go back here. We actually need to go to where we did Waka's the ball throwing minigame. We can just do this. There's going to be enemies in here, but we'll just flee really quick. So now this time when you do this, if you miss, you end up in a random battle. Like that. I don't remember. Can you flee?
I will go
Oh,
so
okay,
easy on you
perfect.
next time.
I wasn't sure. Sometimes these, cool. And there she is. Orange. Okay. Now for Anima, you really need ribbon. Alright, for Anima, the easiest way to handle all of her status effects is ribbon, which luckily we have on everyone. So we go back to the gate. So Anima, just like basically how we use her, or the attacks that she has with us, her normal attacks deal damage, and also petrification, poison, zombie, and curse on the target she hits. But her thing is, anyone who's actually petrified by her basic attacks will instantly shatter. Normally, you get petrified first, and then if you get hit as you're petrified, you shatter. She is an instant death, but completely removing you from the character from the battle. So we definitely don't want that to happen. So stone proof or ribbon is pretty much mandatory at that point. Pain also kills whatever it hits, and it actually ignores death proof, so there is no stopping that. She has another move called Mega Graviton, and it deals 43.75% of each party member's maximum HP as damage. So that can eventually kill you. While a lot of percent-based attacks can't over time, they just keep doing the same percent based off your current. She does it off the max. Plus, it also can inflicts silence, sleep, darkness, doom, and slow. And then when her overdrive gauge fills, she'll unleash an oblivion, which is very, very, very strong. So having 99,999 HP is a really not completely permanent thing, because you could also always summon an Aeon to tank it, but it helps if you already have that much HP. And of course, it erases all positive status effects except for auto life, and then any auto abilities from your armors. So let's save again while we're right here, and let's get to it. Us getting into ambush is not great, but it is what it is. I just want to see. He has curse, right? Only. Curse is fine. Curse just means he can't use his overdrive. You can see she really doesn't hit for very much with her regular attacks. Let's summon Baleful. Let's tank the hit. Extra 48k. Awesome. Her Oblivion is just like the normal one we use. It's kind of crazy how all the other Aeons, the Dark Aeons, up to Bahamut, including Yojimbo too, all have like Dark Summoners with them. But Bahamut, Yojimbo, and then the Magus Sisters. Alright, so we have to do a haste. Okay, that way we can swap her out. So that's about 1 million between each turn that Anima gets, pretty much. Nice. 51k, just extra. could just use Yuna too at this point, but I think it's safer to have Titus come back in. I forgot to mention, of course, Anima, her common steel is 3 stars, and her rare steel is an elixir, and then, of course, dark matter for common drop, and rare drop is Master Sphere. Awesome. I'm going to do this just for the MP restore, really. One other thing you can also do is you can use a 3-star, and it reduces your party's MP cost to 0. The only problem with this is if Anima decides to spam Pain rather than her physical attack, like she's kind of been doing more so. Once you revive the person, the 3 stars wears off. So, I mean, you have them, you can use them, or you could just use Mega Elixirs to heal back your MP. Okay, and we're not going to attack with Titus. So like now, Titus would have lost his his 3-star status of 0 MP usage. Not a big deal, but just kind of a reminder. And there's Anima. Or Dark Anima, I should say. And we got 2 Dark Matter and a Super Goalie. There's Death Proof and Break HP Limit. Cool. So I'm gonna save. I'm gonna do something because my OCD is gonna bother me. I'm going to go. It doesn't really matter. I'll go to the Comlands.
Here we go.
Let me sell this real quick. What I'm going to do is, seeing as how my Aeons died, we want to get their overdrives up, just because in my mind I need to. Should have did this in the first place. should fill him up. Cool. And we just need to do Veil 4, and then we'll be all set and on our way. This might not be a good one to do it to, but it's okay. These enemies are pretty slow. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's why they can't hit him. Okay. Yeah, I'm done. They can't hit Veil 4, that's why this is taking forever. Okay. It's fine. Need to get in a battle with Hornets. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that's all set. Yeah, no real reason to do that. It's just my OCD needing to do that, knowing that their bars weren't filled. Okay, now we need to go to Mushroom Rock Road.
You're counting up.
I think I did it before in one of my other videos where I just showed off the Magus Sisters, but
Here we go.
forgot which one is closer to do this. No.
You're counting up. Here we go.
Nope.
You're counting.
Yeah, I think it's...
Here we go.
I think I could have went to the battle site instead. No, not the battle site. That's different. Okay. Here we go. Alright, so, let me... I think I did this, like I said, in another video.
I'll be right back.
But there's someone you talk to over here.
I'll be right back.
You start a little mini game, and that determines how how hard the battle is with the Magus Sisters. Did I go the wrong way again? Yeah, okay. Went the wrong way. Just go back to the airship.
You're counting on me, kid.
Let's try this again. Okay. Okay, there we go. So, I don't believe there's any... encounters during this, but if you talk to the summoner, you have to interact with her. There are the Dark Magus Sisters, and you get into a chase minigame. Now your job is to, or the plan is to outrun all three of them, so you get a much easier battle against them. I should have saved, but that's okay. Yeah, Titus, just stand there. So the yellow means that they're close, and there's different checkpoints. That's not good. Okay, so we lost the first one. If you don't lose any, it's a really tough battle because you have to fight all three together, and all of them start with a full overdrive gauge, which is really, really nuts. It also doesn't help with the camera angles. They really make things really difficult for no reason. Okay, so now if we go over there, so we lost them, so we kind of completed the minigame. Everyone's okay, yep, okay. So now we fight them one by one, which makes it a lot easier. So here we have Dark Sandy. She has 2.5 million HP. She can be, you can steal a friend sphere or an elixir from her. And the thing is obviously he's fighting all three separately is super simple, super easy. If you don't, even if you fight two, it's not terrible, but Sandy's normal physical inflicts petrification in addition to a huge HP damage. She has Razia, which always KOs whatever it hits, except shielding Aeons with extremely high HP. And it removes all status effects. That's kind of a, normal for the Dark Aeons. But if all the sisters are together in the fight, then she'll use Mega Graviton. We didn't get to see it in the Anima fight, but it's 43.75% of her maximum HP, and then it does Doom, Silence, Sleep, Darkness, and Slow. And again, with very low HP, they're not too bad by themselves. Yeah. Alright, so here's the Mega Graviton. And that's her overdrive when they're by themselves. And done. That's Sandy. Oh, when they're together, they use their Delta attack. Which, if that happens, you're gonna want to have your summon an Aeon to take that. Okay, so that's her. Now we go over here after we heal up, and that is little Mindy. Mindy is very fast, as you can see. I think I got an ambush, but it's okay. Yeah. So she's very evasive, and that's why you have to have super high luck. She has the highest luck stat in the game for a boss, or for the enemy, I should say. The Pasado, you can block it with Death Proof, which is why Orin died, even though the damage was very minimal. Mindy has Calamity, which can inflict Silence, Darkness, Poison, Curse, Power Break, Magic Break, Armor Break, and Mental Break to one of your party members. And she has only 2 million HP. She has the lowest. So hopefully she doesn't use Pasado again, and we'll be all set. She just normally hits me. Unlucky. So that is all sorts of brakes. One second, because I'm blinking right now. Okay, for some reason I blinked that to cure all the breaks, which just dispel. So that was her Calamity attack, and it's pretty crazy because it does all the breaks abilities. Along with, you know, Curse, Poison, Darkness, Silence, which those are all protected by Ribbon, so you don't really have to worry about that. Yeah, another Pasado. She's not being very friendly. She does have just a regular physical attack, but I guess she wants to be difficult. Should be almost done. Yeah, okay. Mega Graviton? Yep. I'm not going to heal, because she's just about finished. Should be. There we go. Okay. Not sure why that felt longer. Maybe because she just got more attacks in. Dark Cindy, on the other hand, alright, so this was from Sandy. Yeah, Auto Shell with 4. She could also drop break HP limit and ribbon on her armor. Weapons are evade and counter, counterattack, triple, overdrive, and break damage limit. For Mindy, armor is auto haste, HP limit, or break HP limit and ribbon. Weapons are magic booster, 1 MP cost, triple overdrive, and break damage limit. Cool, we got a ribbon for Kamari. Let's heal everybody up. I should be okay. Cindy has her physical attack removes all positive status effects. Of course, not the ones imbued by the armor, so we're safe there. With auto protect and auto haste, she has Commissade, which is heavy. Heavy damage, HP damage, and it actually drains off about 950 MP. And then Mega Graviton, of course, when her overdrive gauge fills. And the reason why I said if you're fighting the three sisters all together, why it's so tough is if their overdrive gauges fill together, they will use Delta Attack, which you have to have an Aeon tank it because it will just kill you. So we have to go find... We have to go all the way back here. There's Dark Cindy. Bunk. Alright. Now, Dark Cindy has... I think it's the most. She has 3 million HP. Here's Commissade. It's a big chunk of HP. Well, I guess Titus has to use a Mega Elixir here. So as you can see with Titus, he had about 50k HP, and it still took off 43,000. And that's her. So they all have regular physical attacks. We just got really unlucky with Mindy not using any. So that slowed the fight down a little bit. And there we go. The Dark Magus Sisters are done. We got something for Lulu. This is secretly what they unlock. It's kind of crazy because you have all these dark Aeons and stuff that are just easily way above and beyond power level of Sin. All the monster arena, like original creations and stuff, are pretty well above Sin. It's just kind of funny where this is the end all be all. Let's see, we got something for Lulu. And Ribbon and Auto Phoenix. Cool. Okay. Oh, now we're aboard the airship. Okay, now that was Penance. I know it's not really an undertone because it's right in your face, or in our faces, but Final Fantasy X definitely has a major religious and spiritual theme to it. You know, we have to suffer for our sin. Sin is the main thing that keeps everyone kind of at bay in Spira, and then you have aptly named Penance as this kind of high-end end-all be-all boss, or secret super boss, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so now for Penance, I'm going to go over things first before we go to it. Auto haste, auto protect, and even if you could, auto regen is really, really good. to have. And then break HP limit is really valuable, but that's probably the least necessary of the group. If you really wanted to, you could, spend the time to make specific armors with auto regen in them, as opposed to what you have already, or what I have. So Penance has 12 million HP. It has a right arm and a left arm, which both have 500,000 HP. And there's a very specific strategy to Penance. So we'll kind of start from the overview. So Penance kind of marks the culmination of all the Dark Aeons. You kind of just find them here and there. Some of them willy-nilly and might just jump out at you. But then you have Penance himself. He's obviously extremely, extremely powerful, but again, it's a simple strategy. The hard part, or to focus on, is the two arms. So you need to have max strength and agility, as well as high enough luck to be able to hit Penance consistently. You can escape from Penance, which is kind of weird, but if you want, you can farm Master Spheres, which are kind of weird because, I get it. I have 14 of them. But it's just... So, Master Spheres, they activate any node on the sphere grid. Okay? But, other than, luck spheres, getting all the other... Or, I guess, luck and fortune. But getting all, magic spheres, strength spheres, it's all pretty simple, compared to getting Master Spheres. So, and then for most of these, HP spheres, strength spheres, all you need is the red spheres to activate them. So by the time this happens, and if you're actually doing this to get, other than just to get 99 Master Spheres, I really don't see the point to it. So we have one of each, or minimum one of each yellow sphere. There is 2 items. If you really want to get technical about it, I could find what 2 items those are, and get them. But there is no trophy for a full inventory. Maybe I'll just do that for fun, just because I'm so close to that, I guess. But anyway, so Penance is fought in two phases. The first phase, Penance will use Obliteration every turn, and it's a physical attack hitting the whole party, and set slow. That doesn't matter to us because we're gonna have auto haste. After losing 3 million HP, Penance gains haste for 1 turn only and enters its phase 2. During phase 2, he only has access to Immolation, which is a single target physical HP and MP attack that gives the character armor break and mental break. And then every damaging attack from the party on Penance during phase 2 and every use of Immolation will increase a hidden counter. Final Fantasy X loved hidden counters for their super bosses. As you remember, Nemesis had a babbling amount of hidden number counters and stuff. When it reaches 19, Penance will use Judgment Day on its turn if both its arms are present, which hits the whole party for 99,999 damage and max 999 MP. But it doesn't remove auto life. But the way it works is if it does kill you and you get revived by auto life, chances are the arms are gonna kill you before you even get a chance to act. So the right arm has a basic physical attack that inflicts petrification, which immediately shatters the character if they're petrified, similar to Dark Anima. It casts Mighty Guard, which is Protect, Shell, and Regen to the enemy party, and Calamity, which we saw from one of the Magus sisters, which is Silence, Darkness, Poison, and Curse, and all the breaks to one party member. The left arm has a basic physical attack, which removes all positive stats effects. It casts Slowaga, which doesn't matter to us either, but it also can cast Mega Graviton, which this Mega Graviton is actually 75% of each member's maximum HP as damage. Plus, just for extra, it's Doom, Silence, Sleep, Darkness, and Slow. The arms spawn with 150 agility, which increases to 255 when they take a turn. Which is kind of silly because nothing goes over the 170 mark. That's why we have the 170 or 160 now, whatever it is. Yeah. They also gain an invisible haste effect when they take turns, which cannot be removed. If they're defeated, they will spawn in 2 to 3 rounds, and each arm has a separate timer. So if they're defeated separately, they will respawn separately. So the key to beating Penance is to never let the arms take a turn. The main difficulty is how to heal, and there are 2 basic healing strategies depending on how much HP you have. So the easiest strategy requires the max HP, but it's much easier and faster due to not needing to take the time out to heal. With 99,999 HP, break HP limit, auto haste, auto protect, and auto regen, plus cheer maxed out. Penance will not be able to out damage your auto regen, so you don't have to worry about healing at all while you're attacking. Otherwise, you can rely on healing waters, pray, Albed potions with trio of 9,999, plus auto haste, auto protect, and max cheer to keep from dying. Trio of 9,999 from Riku is one way to get Waka's like attack reels to always hit for 99,999. That's what it does. So basically what it does is it makes everything do the max. So if you have, like, if you use trio of 9,999 and you have pray, you're just pretty much max like you're healing for 9,999 every time. And something like pray is I think it's a rank 1, so you can kind of spam it without losing much in terms of turns for delay. And then you could also use something like Albed potions, where it gives 1,000 HP to all, which with trio 999 it makes everyone, or it does 9,999 to all of them. For all of them, so. So you want to make sure that you don't take the arms out at the same time. You want to take them out separately. If you do 6 quick hits at max strength, that will take them out. And then the way it kind of works is you get into a loop where you end up getting... you destroy one arm, then you destroy the second one, deal damage to Penance, one arm revives, you destroy that one in the time it takes the other one to revive, and then destroy the other, then the one that just revived, and then back to dealing damage to Penance, and back and forth, and kind of just keep repeating. So you want to, the way you kind of want to do it, because it's such a long fight, is you want to hit 5 times. Like, you want to hit the arm 5 times first, and then hit Penance's main body, and then right before the arm is about to get a turn, then you kill it, and that will give you the most, or the longest slowdown rate. The arms get a turn, and then they come the number of times you need to keep destroying them. So you can cheese some Penance with Zamato from Yojimbo if you really want to do that, but we're not going to do that. Penance is kind of interesting as it can drop a weapon with break damage limit or armor with ribbon, so it always has one of those things, and it's always a 4 slot. And kind of an interesting note is its weapons and armor come with a 10% base critical hit chance instead of the usual 3% like all the other ones do, like your weapons and stuff. Alright, so the way we do this, like I said, kind of just explaining everything so I can focus on the battle. You don't want to really mess up. Alright, so we got these things.
You're counting on it.
Really quick, I just want to save again. And this is kind of a long fight, so I'm going to use the restroom really quick. So we'll stay right here real quick. We are back. Okay. Alright, so let's save.
We're counting on.
So if you come here now, you go to list, and there is Penance. And all you have to do is click on it, and you go. Whew, okay, let's do this.
Here we go.
Okay, first things first. Use a 3-star, so our mana won't be, our MP won't be an issue. Now we're going to start with. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. Alright, so that one's gonna take a turn, unfortunately. I messed up. I went for the wrong arm first. It's okay. So that's fine. Okay, so now we're gonna do cheer 5 times. That should be, because of that counterattack, 1 left. Two. 3. 4 and 5. Okay. 2. 3. 4. Okay, that's 5. Three. Okay, that one has 3. Okay. You know what? I'm going to... I should have did this in the first place. We're going to do it. We're going to use Trio of 999. We'll do it for... So it's only going to be Riku, Tidus, and Waka instead of Orin, because one person has to take your spot. So I mix. Okay. A shining gem, so 1. And a door to tomorrow. Now I need to get her out of there. So now, I'll show off what happens in a second. I hope she survives. Okay. 1. 2, 3. Okay. 4, 5. 2. Okay, 3 on this one. 4. Okay. 5. So now, what I'm going to do is if I use Pray, which is a super fast move, with Waka or Tidus, does 9999. So I can use that with either of them. Warren is pretty much on... let's see, and if I do regen... I thought regen was supposed to work like that too. That's fine. We can heal up very, very, very quickly. In fact... Orin is going to just attack. There. Like, there's no reason not to do that because it makes it that much easier. And this is the last real big fight and stuff, so like, you know. Mine as well. Okay. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay. 1. 2. 3. 4. Okay. 5. Okay. And this is, at least for the first portion, like, why it's just important to focus. You don't want to... This is a very long fight. You don't want to get into a situation where, you know, you oops and mess up and you can't come back from it. The Trio 999 stays on, by the way, so for the fight. Two, three, four, five. Two, three, four, five, doing this just for extra safety. I don't think it's necessary, but one, two, three, four, five. One, two, three, four, five. So the big thing with this too is, in its second phase, it uses an attack called Judgment Day, which annihilates you. But you'll never see it as long as you just keep this strategy, because it can only use Judgment Day if both arms are alive. So that's why it's a very simple strategy, but it's very tedious in terms of how much HP it has, and you're focusing on this for a very long fight to keep count and make sure everything is how it's supposed to be. Okay, so now we're into phase 2. So it's going to lose its bottom part. Just in time for it to actually get an attack. So now it uses Immolation, which is a single target. The problem with that isn't much, but you have to make sure to dispel. It gives you armor break and mental break, and you have to dispel that right away. So we'll dispel you. And because we have the 3 stars, the 0 MP part doesn't matter. So 1, 2. Three, 4. Five. 1. 2. 3. 4. Okay, so I messed up a little bit on that one. The timing. 4. That's 5. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Two. Three, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. So you also never want to let, I messed up one time. Luckily it didn't cost me. You never want to let Penance go when he has both arms alive. So like this, where even though he's supposed to go and then Titus would go, he can cast Judgment Day. So I'm gonna take care of that right now. The other one has 4. gen. Two, three, four, five, one, two, three, four, five, This is the other reason I like these three is because they all have counterattacks on their celestial weapons, so that definitely helps move the battle along. Which is anything to help move a very, very slow fight a little bit, make it a little bit faster is always welcome. One, two, three, 2. Three. 4. 5. 2. 3. 4. 5. 1. 2. 3. 4. 2. 3. 4. 2. 3, 4, 5. Two, 3, 4, 5. Hmm. Two, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, Sorry, I'm not really talking. Hoping that you're kind of seeing what I'm doing based on um, how I described things earlier in the video. It's a very long fight. The last thing you want to do is lose your concentration and lose the rhythm and the strategy, because it could turn very quickly if you're not keeping up, or you mess up and you kill the arms at the wrong time, and Penance gets a attack with both arms up and cast Judgment Day, and your fight is over. So one, two, three. Four. That's 5. One, two, three, four, 5. I should come back. Two, three, 4, 5. 2, 3. Oh, and there it is. On a nice counter attack by Orin. GG's. And there's our trophy. Perseverance. And we got 10 Master Spheres, 31 Dark Matter, and a Heaven's Cloud. So that's for Orin, because he delivered the final blow. And we also get nothing. So, unlike with Nemesis, you don't get anything really other than that. Let's see what the Heaven's Cloud is. Yeah, break damage limit. Cool. I am going to go...
Here we go!
Gonna go just get Riku's overdrive gauge up, force for ambush, watch them all attack Waka. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, hers is the victor anyway, so. Jeez, another ambush. That's really... wow. There we go. Alright, everyone. I'm going to call it there. Seeing as how the last things we need to do is finish the actual story and beat the game. gonna look really quick, actually. Let's see. I could just look right here. Clear sphere, then return, friend, yep. Teleport warp, we have the map, rename, moss, pillow, shining thorn, pendulum, amulet, designer wallet, door to tomorrow, wings of discovery, gambler spirit, underdog secrets, winning formula. Okay, I have all those. So which ones don't I have? Let's start from the top, I guess, then. With potions, right? Potion, high potion, X potion, mega, yep. Ether, turbo ether. Phoenix down, mega phoenix. Okay, so that's a little, it's okay. Alright, got them, yep. Antidote soft, eye drops, echo screen, holy water remedy, all the distills, Albed potion, healing water, tetras, yep. Okay, these are mixed up, so Antarctic wind, Arctic. Oh, okay, that's one. Ice gem. Alright, let's do this then. Before we go. Let's fight the Ice Flan, so that's got to be in Makalania. Nice. Okay, that was one. So we got our ice gems now. So let's see. Bomb fragment. Bomb core, fire gem. Cool. Electro marble, lightning gem. Yeah. Fish scale, dragon, fish. Dragon, water gem, grenade, and frag grenade. I think those are down here. Okay. Grenade and frag grenades, yep. Okay, powders. Sleeping dream. Silence grenade, smoke bombs, okay. Shadow gem, shining, blessed, supreme, poison fang, silver hourglass, gold, candle of life, Petrified Grenade. Far Plane Wind. Ooh, Far Plane Shadow. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. And there we go. Full inventory. Just because. Alright, we're going to save it here. Actually, I'll board the airship because I don't have anything else to do. And we'll save it there. We will pick back up. Actually, I'm trying to think. I think we're good. So. Okay, you know what? I'm going to
You're counting.
get back to the end. So we'll run all the way back to where we're gonna kind of finish, just so you guys can see one more time. So let's equip Orin. Yes. Alright, everybody has their overdrive full. Titus is done. Lulu's done. Bach is done. Orin's done. We have all of our Aeons. Yeah. Riku. I'm not going through all of Riku's overdrives. No thank you. Maybe I should make a video on that though. Kamari we're all done because that's one of the the achievements, the trophies, and that's it. Alright, let's get back to... wrong way. Oh, I can't go this way. Oh, very nice. As I doing that. Okay, that is the way forward, and that is to the end of the game. So we're going to save here. That's where we'll leave it, and tomorrow we will pick back up with the conclusion of this playthrough. We will get our last trophies. Our last trophies are... We have 3 left. One itself is the Platinum Trophy. So we need to defeat the final boss and then view the after ending. And that's it. So we are done tomorrow. We're going to try to watch, and I'll go over this again. We're going to try to watch the ending and the after end. But as always, YouTube is really rough on the copywriting, especially with like Squaresoft games. They get copywritten a ton. So on the YouTube side, you might not be able to hear, or it might be muted a lot of the way through the video. If so, I apologize. There's really no way around that. But if you want to catch this live, don't forget to visit my Twitch channel. As always, it'll be in the video description, the link. And I just want to thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate any help with the likes, follows, or the likes, subscriptions, comments. It all helps the algorithm. It helps these videos get out there. As far as on the Twitch side, if you have a Prime subscription and you're so inclined, this is the type of stuff we do. The RPGs with the occasional Fortnite mixed in. But consider dropping your Prime subscription onto my channel. But as always, for all of you who enjoy these videos, I hope you enjoy them. I hope I make them informative, so that you can not only follow along, but can help you just in a normal playthrough as well, if you're looking for anything specific. So, as always, thank you all. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, depending on whatever your time zone is. And I will catch you in the next one. Thank you. Have a good one.